Hello everybody and welcome to the Ultimate Festival Survival Guide. Festival season is starting in less than a month here in the Netherlands. I am so excited, but I know it's been a while for all of us, so I decided to do a big festival survival guide for all of you and also for me. So this is probably going to be a long video going through everything. I want to be really, go in depth, and I'm gonna leave chapters here so you can click whatever interests you or that you want to know more about. Also, I know I sound a little bit sick. I don't know if you can hear it on camera, but I had a throat infection until for 3 weeks. It's pretty much gone now. And I also have pretty bad hay fever. So that's great. I feel a little bit blocked. Let's get started. I am going to focus mostly on outdoor festivals, so day festivals and weekenders. I will leave a packing list for indoor festivals as well because I know there's still a few left by the time this goes up. Also, obviously, I'm located in the Netherlands, so this will mostly focus on our Dutch festival season. I know a lot of people that follow me aren't from the Netherlands and do like to visit our festivals, which is amazing. So that's why I'm doing this in English. But keep in mind when I'm making these lists of what you need to bring, regulations and all that kind of stuff, that it's the Dutch festival season, so festivals in the Netherlands. So let's start out with regulations. There's not a lot of corona regulations left in the Netherlands, which is great. I know we're all sick of them. The only ones that are still left is that for indoor parties with more than 500 people, you need a test. So that is Testen voor Toegang. I'll leave a link to that below with more information. But even if you're from another country, you can do Testen voor Toegang. So you don't need to do a test in your own country. You can do it here if you want to. However, there are rumors that it will only be till March 23rd. Nothing is certain yet though. They haven't confirmed it. So if anything changes about that, I'll leave it in the top comment or in the description. Gunter is now playing with my ring light. So first, let's go over the basic essentials. These things you need to bring to any party, festival, whatever. First of all, your ticket. If you got a parking ticket, it's usually cheaper to get those before the festival than actually at the festival. Hearing protection. Please always wear hearing protection. I know some people think it's not cool, but you know what's not cool? When you get a beep in your ear and it's never gonna disappear. That's really not cool. Actually, at festivals in the Netherlands, the decibels are allowed to go up to 103 right now, I believe. And you can get hearing damage from 80 decibel or higher. So I know a lot of people that do have hearing damage and it's really not fun. There's a lot of good hearing protection out there. I'll leave some info about that too. But it's not gonna make the music sound any less good. It's actually way better and way nicer to wear it. So please do. So obviously, if the festival is indoor and it's more than 500 people, you're gonna need your test result. And also always bring money. I'm bad at this. I usually just bring my phone and pay with Apple Pay, but it's better to bring cash. First of all, the cash lines to get tokens are usually shorter. And also, if cards aren't working or there's no internet or any problem, you'll have cash. So let's get into day festivals. A lot of this stuff that I'm mentioning also counts for weekend festivals. So I'm gonna start with the days and then add to it when I talk about the weekenders. First of all, let's start with gadgets because they're the most fun. First of all, I always bring a bomb bag. Sometimes I bring a backpack too and I just shove that into a locker with the stuff that I don't need. But a bomb bag is really nice when it comes to just carrying your phone. It's just less easy to steal from this. Just put your money in here, put your phone in here, and it's just secure around your waist. Or whatever, you can wear it like this too, whatever you want. I do like it a lot better than backpacks. Backpacks are usually in the way. So yeah, a bomb bag. I also always bring a coin keeper since I have one. You can get these, the bomb bags and some of the other stuff I'm showing you at Festival Supply with a 20% discount using code Alena. Obviously, it's not a necessity, but I think they're really easy and handy. I always lose my tokens. I always find tokens too, so probably other people are losing them too. You can just shove them in like this. Even half tokens still work and you can get them out really easily too. It's just less hard to lose. You can also tie them to your pants, but I just put them in the fanny pack. I think it's a great combination. Works perfectly for me. So if you're someone like me that loses everything, these are great. I also always bring a party dop or bottle cap. Here they aren't allowed to give the bottle caps with the water bottles, which I don't really agree with it. I don't really see why. I think the reason is because obviously of drugs and also because it's hard, so you could hit somebody with it. But I could also hit somebody with my fist. But yeah, they don't give them, so bottle caps, you can just floop them on and your water doesn't go anywhere if you're not drinking it. Also, a lot of people bring fans for when it's hot. I usually don't really bring one, but that's mostly because I have my camera with me, I have my batteries with me, I have all my stuff with me, and then I have to shove a fan somewhere too. But yeah, I know a lot of people really like them, and they're pretty handy because it does get hot, especially at indoor festivals. It gets really hot, or in the tents at the day festival. So yeah, actually, I think this bomb bag fits one, so that's good. Also, bring a charger, like a portable one. Just throw it in a locker. You don't have to carry it with you, but if your phone dies, it's like really annoying, and yeah, it's handy if you have a charger with you. Those are like all the gadgets I bring to any festival. I also have like fun stuff like this. I mean, this is not a necessity, obviously, you don't have to wear this, but it does get rainy in the Netherlands, and I just got this in. I fucking love them. I got this from Festival Supply too. I love it. So let's talk rave outfits. So first rule of festivals for me is wear something that's comfortable. Wear something you feel nice in. Wear something you like. I do love a good dress up. I love wearing like crazy stuff like this, or hats, or like crazy makeup. But I think the main point is to wear something you think looks nice and that you feel comfortable in. Comfortable. I can't say the word. I don't know what it is. Comfortable. So wear whatever you want. I do have some tips though, especially for in the Netherlands. It gets cold and it also gets really hot, especially like in April and May. It still really gets cold. I remember Rebirth 2019 when we had snow on our tents. So please always bring something like a rain jacket. It rains all the fucking time here, or any like jacket that keeps you warm and somewhat dry. You can bring one of those poncho things too, like those plastic throw over things. They usually give them away at festivals too when they expect rain, so that's really good. When I wear shorts, I usually bring sweatpants to just throw on in the evening or when I go home. Always wear comfortable shoes. There's nothing that sucks as much as sore toes at a festivals. I usually bring a hat, like a bucket hat. Actually, this one is my favorite. I fucking love it. You're gonna see me wearing this a lot this year. But any cap or anything that keeps your head out of the sun, very important. The thing with the weather in the Netherlands is it can be really cold and be really hot, and it can all happen in one fucking day. Rain, sunshine. So yeah, I would always bring some extra clothes. Extra socks. Please bring dry socks. Like, even if it doesn't rain, you get like beer thrown in your sock, or you step in a puddle or whatever. Dry socks. Even sometimes I bring a dry shirt. Especially, look, if you're going to an indoor festival and you're the sweaty kind of person, which is fine by the way, but bringing a dry shirt that you can put on after the festival, that's great stuff. I actually always bring hair ties too. I think it's just nice to be able to put my hair up or out of the way. This doesn't get stuck to my face, especially if it's hot. SPF is so fucking important. You don't want to get a sunburn at a festival. It really sucks, especially if it happens like early in the day or when you're doing a weekender and you like sunburn on Friday. That fucking sucks. You usually can get it at festivals. Like, there's points where you can get it. But bringing a small bottle is so much easier. Just keep in mind for these things, you usually can't bring a big bottle of anything. It's always on their websites what it is exactly you can bring, but it's usually 100 milliliters, so like one of those small ones. So if you need to bring any medication, like me, I need to bring my pain medication. You usually need a doctor's statement. What I do is just like bring it in the box it came in, so they can see it's actually, in my case, diclofenac, so they can actually see what it is. And I've never had problems with it. With like nasal sprays and stuff, they usually just ask you to do a, so they know that like there's nothing weird in it. But otherwise you can like bring pretty much anything. Yeah, just check it out. And if you have any questions about it, again, check the official website of the festival you're going to, or send them a message. That's usually the best way to figure stuff like this out. I always bring chapsticks as well. Like, I'm addicted to chapstick. I know it's a bad thing, but I have one with me all the time, especially at the hotter festivals, like where it's 30 degrees and you're just like melting. This is nice. Also, last but not least, if you're traveling by car, first of all, drive safely. Don't drink and drive. Don't do drugs and drive. Know your fucking limits. You get what I mean? And if you can't drive anymore, take a nap first, or like stop somewhere, go to a hotel, whatever. Just make sure you're safe and that the people around you are safe. But if you're going by car, one of my best tips is to actually bring some food and drinks. You can just put them in your car, and it's really nice to just have a bottle of water in your car after the festival. It might be a little bit lukewarm, but it is what it is. Maybe some Red Bull if you have trouble with like staying up, you need some caffeine. Stuff like that. It's really nice. Also, I would really recommend to eat properly before a festival. Look, if you're not sober and you're not eating there, it's really nice to have something in your belly if you're not eating the whole day. Again, even if you're not sober, try to eat something, maybe some fruit. Make sure you get enough sugar, etc, etc. Look, I'm not an expert, but I'll leave some info about that below too. Unity has some really good info about that. Also, if you are sober like me, it's still really expensive to buy food at a festival, so I always try to eat a lot before I go, so I don't like have to eat too much there. Also, especially at these smaller festivals and also the indoor festivals, there's not always a lot of choice at what you can eat. So yeah, it's good to have a full belly before you go. So I have been thinking about doing a video about partying sober. I stopped drinking 5 years ago and I've never done any hard drugs. I did soft drugs one time, didn't really like it. So yeah, I know a lot of people ask about that. If you want a video on that, please let me know and I'll do a separate video on that. But again, make sure you eat well, make sure you drink well, and take care of each other. Don't drive if you can't. So for weekenders, I am beyond excited to go to a weekend festival. My first weekend festival is Rebirth. Basically, bring all the things I just told you about. Take all those tips into account. I think you'll get very far. But obviously, you need to bring some extra stuff. So let's get into it. So first of all, you need a tent and an air mattress and something to sleep in. Again, please think about getting cold or hot in the Netherlands. Bring the right stuff. Stay warm. Don't freeze to death. A pillow, a lock. Please bring a lock so you can close your tent. Like just lock up the zippers. I know it's not going to stop anybody from like cutting into your tent. So please bring anything valuable with you or put it in a locker. But yeah, it just makes it less easier for people to get in your tent. Also, a small lamp will literally save your ass when you're looking for stuff in the tent during the night. I have a funny flashback from Gido at Rebirth 2019. He was looking for one of his 3 nasal sprays he took with him and couldn't fucking find it. So, a lamp. Also, if you don't have a lamp, a really good tip is to turn on the flashlight of your phone. I don't have a bottle here right now, but you get the idea. If you put a bottle on top of the flashlight, you will have a lamp. So it's not like as bright and focused as the flashlight is, but it spreads a lot more and that works perfectly. But yeah, small lamp really saves your ass. Also, if you're not in the mood to like bring your own tent and put everything down, have to bring your air mattress, your sleeping bag, your pillow, all that stuff, there's usually options at most weekenders for accommodations that are already there. I myself am working this summer with Festi Tent. They're basically just tents that are already there. Your air mattress is already there. Everything I just named is already there, so I don't have to bring it. They also have like 24-hour on-site help, stuff like that. But there's also other accommodations like teepees or like whole as houses, apartments. Like there's a lot you can do if you don't want to like sleep in a tent. I really do like the campsite feeling. I wouldn't like go into a hotel myself or anything, but that's obviously a possibility as well. So what else do you need to bring? I'm gonna read this list now, I'm sorry. First of all, clean clothes. Make sure you bring enough clothes. Again, you want to stay warm. You don't want to like overheat. Think about the weather. Also, don't forget to bring extra underwear and socks, dry shoes and flip-flops for the showers, toothbrush and toothpaste, hairbrush if you need it, warm clothes for during the nights. As I said, stay warm. A onesie is amazing for that too. I have a lot of these codes, I realize now. I also have a code for student onesie. I'll leave that down below too. I think it's Alena10 as well, or just Alena. I'll leave it here so you can read it. But yeah, a onesie is very nice. As I said, it can get really cold and it's also like cozy and nice on your skin. I like it. Bring some towels for the showers. Bring some garbage bags for like your laundry and trash, shampoo and all the other stuff you need. Makeup remover, period products, birth control, condoms, pills, whatever. I don't know what your plans are, but better to have them than not. Same with period products. You may not think you get your period, but you never knows what happens. So a few tampons or pads or whatever you use is really nice to have with you. So other than that, of course, you can bring your own food and drinks to Weekenders, which is great. There's usually a limit on how much you can bring, especially on alcohol and stuff. They always list that on their website. So just check the website, what you can bring, especially water. Please bring water. Please bring like food, like breakfast and stuff. They do have it there. But it's very expensive to have to buy everything at the festival, so it's so much easier and better to bring a little bit of it yourself. So if you're bringing food and drinks, a cooler is going to be really nice, especially if you bring alcohol or like any food that has meat or whatever in it that can like get gross. A cooler is your savior. Also, protein shakes and bars are a really good way to get some energy in. So if you bring protein shakes, which are obviously powders, make sure it's like still in the sealed bag, else they're probably not gonna let you bring it in. Toilet paper. Usually the campsite toilets and showers are pretty okay. They keep them pretty clean at most festivals, but toilet paper, you can't go wrong with it. Just bring some toilet paper or wet wipes. Even to a day festival, wet wipes are like really nice. And also, of course, last but not least, bring a boombox or any speaker. Boombox is very 90s of me to say, but any speaker. There's like regulations and rules on that too, I believe. That's usually on their websites. But I haven't ever seen anybody get in trouble over them. So yeah, just check that out and bring your own music and make it into a party. So last but not least, I know this video is really long. I got some additional tips for Weekenders. Again, you can book an accommodation if you don't want to bring a tent. And especially if you're traveling from farther away, it's really nice to not have to bring so much stuff. Or if you don't have a car. Again, FestiTent, you can use code Elena10. It's only for the first 10 people, so I'm not sure if it's still available when this video goes up. But yeah, there's a lot of options on there. So yeah, it's really nice. Also, a lot of the gadgets I talked about you can get with a discount as well. Use code Elena at Festival Supply. I'll leave everything down below. Also, if you're bringing a lot of stuff, bring something like a cart. I used to have a shopping cart. I left it at my ex's place like 2 years ago, but I always brought all my stuff in the shopping cart. But like any foldable cart that you can bring stuff into so you don't have to carry it is so nicer. Actually, at Intense, I think 2019, I put everything in a trolley, like a trash bin trolley, like one of those things, and just carried everything to my car when I was leaving. It's just easier not to have to carry everything. Also, showers usually cost 1 token between certain times, usually during the morning and evenings. You can usually shower for free at different times, and especially at night. Most people don't shower like during the night. So if you're still up and you're like, hey, maybe I should get a shower, that's honestly the time to go. Or just before the festival ends. If you're like, I'm gonna leave 10 minutes earlier and go to the showers, you'll have warm, clean, and free showers. Maybe I shouldn't say this. Now everybody's going to do it, but it's really nice. Also, obviously, you're gonna need to charge your phone. In my case, I'm gonna need to charge my camera. You can usually charge anything near the bathhouses and toilets. There's usually like charging points there. Also, like as I already said, bring like a portable charger, but it's really nice not to have to use that all the time and just like plug it in, wait for a few minutes and charge whatever you need to charge. So, as I said a few times now, the weather in the Netherlands can change like that, like every second. It does get very rainy and very wet, and not in a good way. So make sure your tent or whatever you're staying in is somewhat waterproof. So if it rains really badly, you don't like have wet stuff everywhere. It sucks when your stuff, like all of your stuff, gets wet. Last but not least, things get gross at a festival. No matter how much you shower or whatever, it's just not very hygienic to be partying 3 days straight with a ton of people. So hand sanitizer is absolutely great. Wet wipes already mentioned, stuff like that. You could just like easily clean your hands. Sometimes the soap in the bathrooms is like empty or whatever, and then that's really nice to have with you. You can also carry that to day festivals if you want to. I usually don't, but for weekenders it's definitely the thing to do. Anyway, if you have any other tips, anything I missed, please let me know in the comments. I hope you like this. I hope it was useful. Sorry again for my voice. I feel like it's starting to sound more shit the more I talk. But I'm very happy to be back with vlogging. I'm so excited. I'm going to Rebirth for the start of the festival season. I'm going to Hardfest. I'm going to Supersize. I'm going to Titanium. I'm going to probably go to Intent. I don't know. I'm going to like so much stuff. Really excited. Again, I'll leave all the codes that I have below so you can actually get all of this stuff with some discount. I know it can be a lot when it comes to festivals. It can get really pricey. So I'm really happy to help you out here with this. Anyway, like and subscribe. When I'm filming this the day before Reverse, so I'll see you guys there. And yeah, let's have a fucking great festival season. See you soon. Bye.